Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are gathered here to interrogate, interview Mr. Aldous Huxley, the cynical mastermind behind the groundbreaking dystopian society made famous in his novel Brave New World. How are you doing tonight, Mr. Huxley?
It's a brave new world, so I'm doing quite well. How are you?
Sure it is. I'm doing quite well, thanks for asking. Mind if we just start right on with the questions?
Charming, charming.
Okay, well, I'd like to begin by asking you to describe a little bit about your childhood.
Well, I was born in Garling, England on July 26, 1894. Live birth, of course. Not in a hatchery, because we didn't have those yet. My mother's name was Julia Arnold, but she died of cancer when I was only 14. I had 4 brothers and 1 sister. One of my brothers, though, Noel, committed suicide in 1914 after an extended period of depression.
I'm so sorry to hear that. That must have been a really tough time in your life, but, at least you had your health, right?
Well, no, actually. In 1911, I was struck blind by disease, and I was forced to give up my dreams of becoming a scientist.
You're kidding.
Nope. But at least I was inspired to pursue a literary career. I'm sure we could have used some soma at that time.
I could definitely see that. Alright, could you expand a little bit upon your educational career?
Sure. Well, in 1916, I graduated with honors from Balliol College at Oxford University, and after that I went straight into writing. I've written 47 books in my lifetime, and my most famous being Brave New World.
Wow, you must be very proud of yourself.
I'm not bragging, but I do have to say, I think I'd be an alpha if I was living in my society.
Right. Okay, well, onto a touchier subject. We've received some intel that you've been experimenting with some psychedelic or mind-expanding drugs like LSD. So why have you been seeking these drugs?
Honestly, I've been looking for a drug that would allow an escape from the self and that, if taken with caution, would be physically and socially harmless.
So you'd be resorting to escapism, kind of like soma almost.
A gram is better than a dam. A gram of time saves 9. 1 cubic centimeter cures 10 gloomy sentiments.
That's a little strange, but good for you. Do you have any family? What do they think of this lifestyle?
Well, I've been married twice. My first wife, Maria Huxley, and I were married from 1956 to 1963. Now I'm married to Laura Huxley, and she's unopposed to my lifestyle. I have 1 son named Matthew.
Well, cool.
Never put off tomorrow the fun you can have today. Progress is beautiful.
Thanks for the advice. So, do you have any fun facts about yourself that you'd like to share with the viewers?
Perhaps I should start with the serious facts and move to the frivolous funsies.
Whatever you'd prefer, Mr. Huxley.
First of all, I wrote an early essay on ecology that helped inspire today's environmental movement. Also, I'm a pacifist. This belief has prevented me from becoming an American citizen because I will not say that my pacifism was a matter of my religion.
Fascinating. I had no idea you cared about the environment.
Well, cleanliness is next to forwardliness. It does not only apply to personal hygiene, no.
Oh, Huxley. And as for the fun facts?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Disney rejected my screenplay of Alice in Wonderland. There were simply too many big words. However, the final portrayal of the hookah-smoking caterpillar is supposedly a nod to me, which is pretty neat. I also appear on the album cover of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and I feel it's important to mention that George Orwell and Stephen Runciman are actually my students.
Whoa, now that's actually really fabulous. I'm so impressed, Huxley. Okay, we're almost out of time, but I have to ask you one last question.
And what is that, sir?
What's next?
Oh, nothing. I have a funny feeling that I may die on November 22nd, 1963 in Los Angeles, California due to laryngeal cancer.
Well, that's very morbid. Thank you so much for coming, and have a good night, everybody!